Hi, my kitty babies. How are you guys doing today? I am doing great. Before I get started my channel, no. Before I get started my video, I'm asking you guys please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Also hit that post notification bell so you know when I post. Okay, so y'all, I've been going yesterday because I was too tired washing clothes. I just been tired. I've been still washing clothes, believe it or not, but we're not going to talk about that. So I didn't post yesterday, but I'm feeling good today. I'm still tired, but I'm good. I'm happy. I'm here. So I want to talk about this video is gonna be about how I met Kohl's dad, and it's gonna be a two-part video. It's gonna lead up to how I met my ex-husband and my divorce. So what I did was the other day I made a two-part video on how I met Kohl's dad, right? But I didn't intend for it to be so long, so both of the parts was about strictly about that. And I'm like, this is, and both of them like 27-minute videos, so I just got too deep into it. So I'm gonna try to shorten the story on this video, and I'm gonna post this one. The other videos I want to still keep. I'm gonna put them in my Google backup and let them save as a memory. But yeah, I just get so into it when I talk about us, and but I want y'all to make it short. So how I met Coach Dad. He was a friend of my brother's. They made music together, and he would come over all the time to make music with my brother, and I would see him in passing, But I was dating someone, so I was attracted to Tony. I saw him. I felt like he was very mysterious, very handsome. Oh, he was so handsome to me. But I still couldn't really, you know, pursue pursue him like I wanted to, if I wanted to, because I was dating somebody. So, but I just kept it as, oh, he's handsome, and that was it. Well, me and my ex, this was around the time like we were like having like a really really hard time, and I got my brother to pick me up, and Tony was in the car, and mind you, like a lot of my brother's friends, they all like me or whatever like that, and they made it obvious that they like me, and I would always be like, boy, please, but Tony, he was always so mysterious, he wasn't like thirsty, he just was chilling to himself, and I remember we was in the car, and Tony was in the back seat, and I remember looking at him through the rear view like, oh, he's just so handsome, and I remember speaking when I got in the car, and I heard him say, what's up? Oh my God, he has a voice. I knew he had a voice, y'all, because I listened to the music that he was when he rapped with my brother. But like I always just wondered, like, how does he sound, or like what does his laugh sound like? Does he laugh? Like, what does he do? Like, what? I wanted to know more about him. But again, I was dating someone, even though me and that person had a hard time, I was still dating someone I couldn't really, you know, go for it like that. But a little later, after me and the person was officially over, I was single, and so I made a post on Facebook saying something about, I got a feeling that I'm single for the rest of my life, and I'm okay with that. It was something like that. And Tony, he was so bold. He commented under my status. Okay, around this time, y'all, men, if they liked me, they would go into my inbox. Be all secretive about it, coming to my inbox. But he was so bold. He just bam was under my status, and anybody could have saw that, because that status probably had like a lot of views. I mean, a lot of likes and stuff, whatever like that, and comments. And he commented under it, and so I remember thinking to myself like, oh, that really admired me. I was really admired by that. And so I went to his inbox, and that's how we ended up talking. We ended up talking so much after that, and I remember we planned to get up together. And around this time, like I said, y'all, I was so adventurous back then. I would catch the bus. If I liked you enough, I would catch the bus to come see you. I was walking to come see you, taxi, whatever. Anywhere I can get to you, finding rides. I had no issue coming to you. Back then, let me say that back then. And so we ended up planning to see each other, and I caught two buses to come see him. I was so excited, y'all. I was so nervous and excited at the same time, like to finally be able to spend time with him. Because by this time we hadn't talked on the phone so many times, and we would talk like all night a lot of the times, And so I felt like I loved him already, honestly. And I was like, I'm ready to see him, I'm ready to hug him, because he was a big teddy bear, y'all. He was so big and so chunky. So anyway, so I lied to my mom, told her I was going to choir rehearsal, right? I said, I'm going to choir rehearsal. I said, after one of my cousin's house. My cousin lived 5 minutes away from Tony. And so I did go to my cousin's house, but there was no rehearsal, yo. I just wanted to see him. So and I don't know why I was lying. Like, I was like, what, 24, y'all, 23? I don't know, I forgot. But I don't know why I was lying to my mom like I'm a little kid. But, well, I do know because, they didn't want me talking to Tony. My brother didn't want me talking to Tony. And my mama, she agreed because, and so we, I caught up at his house, and I first saw him, y'all. He was so nervous. He was so nervous. He was so cute. And I remember coming to him and giving him a hug and like, look at you. I put my finger on his cheek. He had the biggest cheeks. I love the cheek. And he was smiling. I said, oh my God, he smiles, And he was laughing at me, ever. And I just flirted with him the whole time. We walked around the neighborhood like 12 times, literally. And I remember there was a guy on the porch, and the guy was like, oh, y'all walking around again? Yeah. He was like, yeah, I see y'all. Okay, go ahead now. And we just holding hands, just talking and talking and laughing. And just talking. And he was still kind of nervous. And I remember asking for a kiss. I was like, give me a kiss, And he was like, oh, I was like, yeah, give me a kiss. And so we kissed each other, and his lips were so dry, y'all. I remember saying, boy, it looks so dry. And he was laughing about that, but it was just cute. It was a cute moment. And then I met his mom. We walked in front of his house, and he was like, really want to meet my mom? I said, sure. And she came out, and I remember him saying, he introduced us, and I remember him saying, told her she was beautiful, to his mom. I remember that so well. And she was like, yeah, she is. Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too, Then I went inside and met his nieces and his sister. And it was good, it was, we was chilling, What I respected about him is that, because, eventually he became comfortable, as equally comfortable as I was, and he started flirting with me as well, making moves and whatever. But he wasn't, like, forceful with it. And he still respected the fact that I didn't want to do anything. So, like, he was doing things like, rubbing on my leg and, like, smelling my hair. Like, I had an afro back then, y'all, and I had one lock right here. And he was, like, kept doing this to my lock. He said, that's so different. I'm like, yeah. But, he was always, like, just smelling on me and the whole time, whatever, and just talking with me. And his sister was chilling with us or whatever. Then my mom ended up calling his sister's phone. Y'all, my mom called his sister's phone and was like, is Kid there? I said, oh my God. So, look, y'all, I got busted. My mama, she good, y'all. She good. But she ended up calling him and busting me out. And I had to be honest. I was like, yeah, I'm with Kay. She's like, are you with Kay? Are you at Kay's house? I said, yeah. She said, so what you doing there? I thought you said you going to Monique. I said, well, I did go to Monique's house. Then I came here. Anyway, y'all, I'm 24 years old, sitting here going through this with my mama now. Like, but, I understand, that's how mothers are. So, anyway, so I ended up staying the night with him, and I remember he had a couch in his room, and I remember I slept on the couch, and he slept on the floor next to me. And although I didn't want to do anything, I'm still a flirt, and I'm a tease as well. So, like, I took my skirt off. I had shorts on under my skirt. Took my skirt off, and took my jacket off, whatever. I didn't get comfortable, and he was like, no, and he was rubbing my leg, and just doing our thing, whatever. And so we that was that. And then we ended up talking all night, y'all. We ended up talking till the sun came up. Like, we ended up talking till the sun came up. But y'all can tell who did the most talking, because he's a Libra. So Libras are very, like, aloof, and, like, they be chilling. He talked too, but he listened mostly. Like, throughout our whole relationship, that's how it was. Like, he would just listen to me talking. I told Cole that all the time, because now it's like reverse. Like, now Cole is like me at nighttime, especially. Cole would talk my head off, just like I used to do his daddy, talk my head off, and I'd be like, That's how Tony used to be. He used to grab his pillow and wrap it up and just be listening to me talk all night. So anyway, so the next morning he was up. He was laying on the floor again, like I said, looking at me like this. He was like, you are so beautiful. And I was like, you are so creepy. Why are you looking at me? But he was like, yeah, you're just so beautiful. I said, thank you. And so, yeah, so we spent that day together. And I remember it was close to Thanksgiving. And I remember his mom saying, Tierra, I know you don't eat pork. Tony told me you don't eat pork, but I'm gonna make some turkey or beef, whatever, for you, whatever, for Thanksgiving. I said, okay. And she like, you is coming for Thanksgiving, right? I said, am I? And you like, yeah, she is. I'm like, okay, yeah, I am. And so, but y'all, um, okay, so I have to say something. So that next day, 'cause I spent 2 nights over there. The first night we didn't do anything. He slept on the floor, being respectful. But the second night, it turned me on so much that he did that I just wanted to see what he was working with, and I wanted him to see what I was working with. And I wanted to just, you know. And so I made the first move, and we I can't talk. We did it. The next night, y'all. Yes. And so then I'm not going to detail y'all. This is YouTube, right? So no, but I'm just gonna say it was a very magical. It was very magical. That's all I can say. And the next day, I texted him that next morning. Didn't hear from him. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's asleep. And then the whole day keep going on and on and on. And I'm like, okay, this isn't like him. Like, what is going on? And then I started getting like upset. Like, oh, he really gonna take my goodies and then just go MIA like that? Oh, that's what we doing? You know, I was going off on him in his messenger, just upset. Like, really? You know. But then, like, as the night started rolling around, like, wait a minute, okay, something got to be wrong. So something said check the Chatham County website, and I did, and he was on there, y'all. His face was big on there, and I was like, oh my God, what did he do? You know, and so then y'all, I tried to still maintain a relationship with this y'all. Mind you, this was before the holiday, so therefore he was not out on Thanksgiving or Christmas. So, anyways. So I tried to maintain a relationship with him, y'all, the best I could, but I just was not used to that. You know, I just was like, okay, this is what I get for trying to date a street guy. Like, this is not what I'm used to. This is not, like I said, I wanted to be a parent. I wanted to be a parent. I wanted to be a parent. I wanted to be a wife. I wanted to be, you know, I had dreams and goals for myself, and I just did not want to be held back by someone who would be in and out of jail, you know? And so I just was like, I tried, but I just couldn't stick around. I ended up dating someone else while he was in there. We did talk almost every day, but then I just kind of backed off. Well, he ended up getting out. I wrote him a letter for Christmas. Cause I stuck around November, December, you know, but I wrote him a letter of Christmas, and my brother tore it up. My brother did not want me dating him, so my brother tore the letter up. So I wrote him it was 3 letters. It was beautiful. It was so cute, and my brother read it and tore it up. And so, therefore, I couldn't send him the letter. And so, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm a very praying woman as well, and I just would pray to God, like, God, I don't know if this is for me, you know, like, this is. My family don't agree with it. My family had their reasons for not agreeing with it. They were saying stuff like, he in the gang, he did this, he did that. And I'm like, well, y'all don't know the him that I know, And of course you won't, you're his homeboy, so of course you're not gonna know the romantic side, the loving side, the thoughtful side. Of course you're not gonna know that side of him, My mom, she didn't give him a chance either. She was like, oh, I heard this about him, I heard that about him. I said, I don't care about that. I love him, I don't. But I was praying about it. I was like, Lord, this is not the life I want. I don't want to be no ride or die chick. I don't want to be sitting here waiting for no guy to get his life together, basically. And so I ended up moving on. Boom. That relationship didn't work with that person I moved on with. But Tony ended up getting out of jail. No, okay, let me stop. I was with the guy. Tony ended up getting out of jail Valentine's Day, or before Valentine's Day the next year. 2014. And like I said, I hadn't moved on or whatever. And he called me on Valentine's Day. He was like, Happy Valentine's Day. And I'm like, Happy Valentine's Day. And he was like, how you doing? And I was like, good. Y'all, his sister had told him that I was dating somebody else. She had to have. He ended up finding out that I was dating someone else. And so he knew. And it hurt him, but he's like, I gotta respect it, So he like, I respect it, and so he backed off, whatever. Me and the guy didn't end up working out. We ended up breaking up like July that same year, and then I was single. I was back being single, just getting my life together. I think I was still I was working at Barnes at this point. I said the restaurant name. I was working at another restaurant at this point. Um, and I was just, focused on stacking my bread and just, leaving it at that. Okay, so me and Tony ended up connecting. That following year, 2015, his sister told me he was still in jail and that he was back in jail and that he wanted my number. So we talked, and I was like, I'm waiting for you. I said, you know what, forget it, because I could not get the night out of my head. The way we met and everything I just told y'all, I could not get that out of my head. It was so beautiful to me that it meant a lot to me, so I could not get it out of my head for nothing. And so even while I was dating that guy, I just still always thought about Tony. I did. And so I was like, you know what, I'll wait for you. I'll see what will come of this, And he would write me saying that he wanted to have his son and blah 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 blah. Boom. So I'm trying to speed it up a little bit, y'all. I don't want to be too long, but he would write me and tell me he wanted to have his son. Boom boom boom. He ended up getting out. My period ended up coming on January 2015 for the first time in 4 years, y'all. And then Tony got out May 2015. We conceived Kohl, and we conceived Kohl, and I ended up finding out in August that I was pregnant. August 2015, that I was pregnant, and that's how love started. That's how we met, and that's how we ended up conceiving Kohl like that. It was beautiful, y'all. It was so beautiful. We literally made Kohl out of love. Like, we really loved each other. I had a job, but I mean, he didn't use me for anything. He respected our boundaries. I could just tell he loved me, and I loved him too. It was love, and we, like I said, we spent countless of days and nights to conceive our child. He was made strictly from love, and I know he was a precious gift from God. But anyways, yeah, and so within our relationship, it was a lot of ups and downs. It was very passionate. We really loved each other, but just like every other relationship, you're gonna have ups and downs, and you're gonna have disagreements and stuff and arguments. And like I said, Tony is a Libra. Libra, they like to argue. Seem like they like to argue, and he knew how to cut deep with his words. And like I said, I was a hitter, so I would hit him. So there was a lot of fighting going on between us during my pregnancy, and I just did not imagine having a pregnancy like my first pregnancy, and I did not imagine going through my pregnancy alone a lot of the nights. And, I cannot say that I was alone in my pregnancy. What I can say, I spent a lot of nights alone in my pregnancy. He was there for me during my pregnancy. He was there for me. Yeah, I needed to get away a lot of the time, so I spent a lot of time away from him because, we would fight too much, and it's just, we saw sides of each other that we just never wanted to see, but we had to see it, Anyways, and so, boom, I ended up writing a vision board. Well, not writing a vision board, writing down what I want in a husband, because he wanted to be my husband. He ended up proposing to me and everything, and I wanted to be his wife, and so I was like, what I wanted in a husband, and I used to pray about it. I used to pray for Tony that he would change, and we both can change, we both can grow together, and I prayed a lot about our future, and cause I didn't want our relationship being a certain way when Kohl got that. I didn't want him experiencing I didn't want Kohl to be born into a toxic family, which is what me and him were together. Toxic, very toxic. But it was also intoxicating. We couldn't stay away from each other. We literally, before I got pregnant, we spent a lot of time together. He had ended up working, and we both were just trying to build together. But our priorities were very different from one another, and it just come to find out that we were both very different from one another. And I just wanted better, so I ended up writing me a list of what I wanted from my husband and what I wanted for my future with my son and everything like that. And I started focusing on that. I ended up going to the home shelter with Kohl after Kohl was born and everything. I'm trying to fast forward a little bit, but it just was a lot with us, y'all. And so, long story short, you know the story already long. Me and Tony did not end up working out. I ended up going to the homeless shelter and applying for school, trying to focus on making my goals come true. And, focusing on my vision board, like I said, I made for myself. And Tony, he just was, he was hustling, working, trying to get, take care of himself, whatever like that, and be the best person he could be as he can for his son. But the reason why we broke up is, like I said, because we were too toxic for each other. Well, when I got to school, okay, I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna end it there. I got to. I'm gonna keep going. Damn it. Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. I'm gonna post the next video tomorrow. Love ya. Peace.